Hey guys, Brandon Yeager, broker with House Rock Realty and owner of Brandon Buys Houses. And in this video, I want to give you a quick update on the 4 unit that we bought last Thanksgiving time frame. I think it was November 25th of 2019. And my, oh my, has a lot happened. So we're about 10 months later. So let me give you a quick rundown. We had some projections we put together. I will put a link under this blog post or video to the old video. And what we did is, for the first 2 or 3 months, we got a lot of the repairs done that were on the codes violation list. Then we ended up having the coronavirus COVID thing hit, and in Pennsylvania, contractors and most real estate functions had pretty much, actually all real estate functions for the most part, had stopped, and we were under a stay-at-home order. Nobody was able to do anything. It was probably like 2 months, 3 months in some cases in different parts of the states, but long story short, we did get the 1 unit rented out. We renovated it, rented it out. And probably about a month ago, I had some contractors start in on the fourth unit. And if you recall, the fourth unit, we were getting $475 per month, and that included all the utilities. We were going to have that tenant move, renovate it, and put a new tenant in it. We are now at the point where carpeting is being installed actually today in that fourth unit. So I'm hoping, and I'm actually, we're going to try to maybe get 795 per month for that rent, and I'm going to go through those figures here right now. So let me switch over to this is the original projection sheet that we had, and if I scroll down here on the left hand side is the repairs. And you can see that I was looking at like 40,000 in renovations, and we were going to renovate the one apartment for 10,000 bucks. And ideally, we were wanting to be over here in this right hand side. I had put the 4 units. You can kind of see what it was at presently when I bought it. And I had paid $18,000 for this 4 unit building. And I had originally thought that we might be into it for 46. I didn't have any of my closing costs on here. Um, Once I went ahead and did the renovation and the repairs, I was thinking I might be at about 58,000 to finish to redo the fourth unit, and we would get that rented for 725 a month. And I was anticipating 727 in total expenses. And then this cap rate, probably about 12%, is probably the main one to look at. I was thinking it might be worth about 218.5. And long story short, I was hoping that we might have about 142.5 in equity when all was said and done, with a cash flow of about 1,500, and once it was paid off free and clear, about 2,185. So I know you're sitting there at the edge of your seat waiting to see where we came in at. Let's take a look at it. Let's switch over to the real figures. So for the most part, most of the numbers did come in pretty good. The renovating the rear apartment, let me scroll down to that. If I had to guess, we probably ended up being at like 16.5, because we did end up doing some extra plumbing repairs down in the basement. We had a couple leaking joints that I wasn't originally planning on doing anything with, but I figured while we have the guys there, let's go ahead, let's run some new PEX plumbing, ran some new PVC. We did have a couple sewage stacks that we needed to get squared away a little bit too. And we are nearly finished renovating the top apartment as well. And that's gone rather well. Like I said, we're hopeful to have the carpeting being installed today, and hopefully by the end of this weekend we'll be starting to get that one marketed. And I'm going to be trying for 795, including the utilities on that one. It may come in at 775. It won't go any lower than 750 based off of what we already have in the building. But these were some of the repair costs that we were originally looking at. So let's take a look at the utilities. The utilities, I went back through my my QuickBooks, and I'm showing the total expenses were coming out about 771 per month. So if I switch back to where we were, I was projecting 727. We're about 771. And I went ahead and updated the purchase price to have a $19,500 for the purchase, because we paid 18. I probably had like $1,500 in closing costs on the buy. And repair wise, I just went through all of that on QuickBooks as well. And if I had to guess, once we finish paying for this carpet install and the last week's worth of repair monies for next week. I'm thinking we're going to be about 67,000. So total, we'll be into it about 86.5. And cap rates, actually, so 718. We did get the one HUD apartment. We got the rent increased in that through the Section 8 Housing Authority. We placed the one tenant for 750. The other one was 725, and this one here, I'm thinking we're probably going to get 795. It's turning out to be an absolutely beautiful apartment. It's brand new everything, cabinets, bathroom, appliances. And even if we get a mortgage for, let's say, 95,000, I'm actually thinking I would just, and I'm not sure whether I resell this or whether I keep it for long-term cash flow. The cash flow does look really nice. Even with the mortgage, I'm thinking we're going to be right here about $1,500 per month with a mortgage, and that's about 375 per unit. And so far, everything's been going well with the tenants. Haven't had any real issues along those lines. But once it's paid off free and clear, it's $550 per unit. It'd be about 2,200 a month. Or I think I could potentially sell the property right now for about $221,000, leaving equity of about 135, which that sounds kind of appealing to me as well. But ultimately, my desire is to start to move my investment portfolio. I've been focused very much on uh, cash and equity buildup over the years. And as I mentioned in that 4 unit video, this is kind of why I'm looking to start moving in this direction with the passive income end of things, is to start to convert and sell properties, convert things over to more of a passive income. Hopefully to get towards the point where I have a $10,000 per month passive income stream just from the rental property. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything that I can answer for you question wise, leave a comment, leave a reply, and I will do the best I can to get back to you and see what we could answer for you. But overall, the repairs went well. We were slowed down with the coronavirus thing, and then we ended up getting into uh, we ended up getting into a mode where we were really trying to crank out the rehabs that we had either on the market or coming through. We wanted to get those kicked out and get them sold as soon as we could once the real estate market and construction markets open back up in Pennsylvania. And that's where we're at here today. Everything seems to be tracking really well. I'm stoked and excited about the equity that we've been able to create in that property, and I think it's legit. We have some multi units that we've been selling as the brokerage, and um, I don't think that we're far off with the 12% cap rate on this particular property. It could potentially do an 11% cap, but I feel comfortable using the figure of 220 for the value on that one. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Happy investing, and we will talk to you soon.